I was very athletic when I was younger. I played soccer and I skied, and I started to realize even when I was that young in grade school and middle school, the importance of like what I put in my body and how that affected myself when I was exercising. I would notice that if I ate sugar, it would have a different effect on me than if I ate really clean, and even sleep and all of these things that I realized weren't things that were talked about much out in the world of health at that time, but that they had massive effects on my body. So I started to really study that for myself to see how I could perform better, to see how I could eventually wanted to live longer, be healthier. Even as a high school student, I started to understand that the things that I did to my body really affected the way that I performed. So from that, I started to test myself and see how my performance could improve, how I could eventually live longer. And I found that these little changes that I could make could have a massive impact. I found that little changes in things that I did, like the food that I was eating, how much I was sleeping, all of these things would have a really big impact on my performance. I discovered the importance of really getting 8 hours of sleep. For my body, I realized that I needed enough sleep in order to perform at an optimal level. I think it's one of the biggest issues in society is that people aren't sleeping enough. And it's a biohack that is free, that sleep hygiene is just so important. The quality of our sleep, what we're doing before we go to sleep. So if we're watching TV that has scary content in it, it might really affect our sleep. If we're sleeping alone versus with someone, the temperature in the room, and then even just how long we're sleeping. So if we go to bed really late and wake up really early, there's no way that we're ever gonna get enough sleep. So I discovered that the quality of the food that I was ingesting was so important for me to optimize and to perform better. I noticed that when I was eating all of the vegetables that my mom put on my plate that she wanted me to eat, that I felt so much better than I did if I ate a bunch of empty carbs and sugar. Today, I own one of the fastest growing OsteoStrongs in the world, and one of the big reasons that I'm able to do that is because of how I treat my body. It's because I've committed for my entire life to being the best me possible. That means eating high quality, nutritious foods. It means sleeping really well. It means supplementing with the things that I'm not getting through my nutrition. I do everything I can to keep myself in peak performance shape. When you come into OsteoStrong, not only are you going to get our cutting edge, incredible OsteoStrong technology, but our team is going to show you about other amazing ways to optimize your health through supplementation and our biohacking modalities that work to optimize your health and increase your immunity. Getting older does not mean getting weaker. Stay strong with OsteoStrong.